I just feel it's funny that there's a group of people that can just look at themselves in the morning. It's just like people who excel in anything can get up in the morning, look at themselves in the mirror and be like, you know what? I'm going to do something different today because I'm going to go get this bag, or I'm going to go put myself in this position and leave this shit alone. I'm just going to find a way to leave this shit alone. And they go do that shit. But a majority of niggas want to still sit and play fucking games with their life, with their families' lives, like not making money. Like the crazy part is y'all doing this shit and not even getting money. It's wild. You
So
wake up thinking about killing niggas.
shout out to your pops. He didn't have that epiphany at 23.
He had it after he did a fucking bid.
Okay, okay. So and that's not an epiphany. That's a realization. These young people, they just got to get through
They're
it.
not
Some of
there
them
yet.
do, some of them do, some of them don't. You guys know there's guys your age who never got through it. Never. They never clicked. It never clicked for them. It's guys my age.
There's niggas
older
older. There's
than me.
niggas older than me that
Yeah.
still want to
What
check
dude,
niggas for
this is
for their street
I know,
credentials.
but you know what's crazy about all that though? We we allow, like, we look like, imagine if like the majority of us, right? I'm not saying I want some Martin Luther King, Malcolm X ass niggas, right? I'm saying, like, just imagine if the majority of us looked at each other like, what are you doing? Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit that none of them colors. I don't care about none of them blocks, none of them sets, none of them numbers, none of that shit. I understand all that, but what are you doing right now? Like, just if the standard was different, if niggas wasn't pussy and the standard was different, and they looked at these young niggas, they looked at the ones that's fucking influencing them to continue to do the bullshit. Because there's some OG ass
They
niggas telling
do.
these
They
little niggas to
do.
crap.
We do.
But
Yeah, Corey. Yeah,
no,
Corey.
We do. Cause niggas
I'm
did
not,
it. Niggas
I'm
did it
not,
to us too.
I'm not talking about the seldom few, the one nigga or the three niggas that come on a block, or the niggas that come up in the programs and come talk to you and shit, and be trying to speak real shit, or the uncle that changed his life that wants to talk to you. I'm not talking about them niggas. I'm talking about as a whole. As a whole, a majority of us, if that shit was subculture and not considered the culture, that's my fucking problem.
Yeah.
That hood shit is considered the culture, and that's not the fucking culture. That shit is subculture. That
Yeah.
culture,
Well,
that is the culture perversed.
what happens is the people that you're describing, they get to where they're going and they grab their people and they go off and they don't come back to where I'm from. They don't come back
But wait, you're
because hold on, hold
misconstruing. You're
on, hold on, hold
misconstruing
on, hold
though.
on.
You can't
Let me
start an
land.
argument right there. Come on, you can't start
I
an
don't want
argument
to
right
hurt
there.
you.
No, not an argument. You can't even start it. You can't even start a rebuttal right there, because that's not let's stay within the frame of what I'm saying. I said a majority, not the one person, not the nigga that grabs his people and goes. If it's a majority, there's no ability to grab your people and go, because the majority is trying to grab the rest or the sub and bring them up here with us. That's the difference. So go ahead, bro. My bad. My bad. I just want to make sure we come
No,
from that
no,
point.
I'm not. Everything you're saying is true. One, what I've learned about society, and I watch it, it's like an ecosystem. For every nigga who's like J. Cole, right? You need a nigga like Chief Keef. Sounds crazy. You need the balance. You need the balance. Do you need the Chief Keefs to outnumber the J. Cole's 100 to 1? No, no, that's not what I'm saying. But you have to have balance in society. So I want everybody in my culture to be happy and be successful, and that's really what I want for everybody. The reality is, the hard thing that I had to get when I was in and out of jail, gang banging, some of these niggas like that life. That makes them happy. Some of these niggas don't want a 4 bedroom with their kids, okay, and the dog. You can shake your head. I'm telling you, I'm friends with them. They don't even want to
But
live. They think life is a video game. They think being the hardest nigga is his goal. He's reached his goal. No matter how much advice I give him, no matter how many Mercedes he see his people drive, the nigga's brother is successful. He doesn't give a fuck about none of that shit. He want to be the hardest. That was his dream, to be
right,
the
right.
most gangsterest nigga in the world.
Verse. Before you jump in, I want to go. Before you jump in, let me go, because I want this argument. Not even this argument. I want this combo. Look, you're right. We all know niggas like that. We're right. Shit, we know somebody in the media space that thought we were attacking them because they looked down on their own self for their actions. I'm just calling it like it is. Now, listen, I say, yes, you're right. But look at, and
I'm
I
not gonna do
hate
it.
doing this, but it's real shit. because older black people will do this shit to you.
Despicable.
No, wait, no,
Shut up,
but
shut
shit.
up, shut
Older
up.
black people
I'm
will
not gonna
come.
do it.
Older black, yeah, chill. Older black people will come to you and tell you to your face. Say you present yourself nice. An older black woman or older black dude will come up to you and be like, "You look handsome, young man. I like the way you carry yourself. You speak proper, or you just speak with like without ignorance." And I don't give a fuck if niggas act like they don't know what not having ignorance is. Be mad. Speaking without ignorance. And they say like you that's I like how you speak, I like how you carry yourself, you represent us well. Older niggas will tell you that. Now, jump off of that. We hold ourselves, they hold us, the older generation looks at us for the potential that we're supposed to be because they come from that root of people, or they are that root of people that saw what niggas had to do to get any type of respect out of this country, right? So to see how these niggas carry themselves is probably mind blowing to them. Like, we did all of this. My mama did all of this for this shit. Like, it's probably mind blowing, right? You don't see.
It
No,
shouldn't be because they had
no,
knuckleheads back then too.
wait, hold on. No, they did, but that's not the majority. That wasn't considered the culture.
I
The
don't.
culture.
That's where
Wait,
me.
hold on.
That's where me
Go
and
ahead, go
you
ahead.
disagree. I don't think I think the majority of guys are like you. Guys who
No,
want their family to
no,
be.
wait. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. And I swear to God, I was getting there. God forgive me. I was getting there. I'm saying the standard of their culture. Asian Americans, I say niggas and natives are the same. The Asian Americans and Mexican, and the majority of Mexicans, Indians, Mexicans, natives, and niggas are the same. But you don't see the Africans that come over here, the Asians that come over here, the whites that's here. Their standard of culture is to be upright, upstanding. They just look at themselves like that. If you're anything less than that, you're a hillbilly. You're this. You're just some other shit. They look at each other like they look as not carrying yourself a certain way, not holding responsibilities a certain way, as a lesser being in whatever fashion they do. We though, the natives, and I'm saying what's not what the people. Most of us are upstanding, right? Specifically us. I'll stay with us. The culture that is considered our culture is everything, whatever hip hop is saying our culture is. Whatever hip hop is, that's what niggas are saying our culture is. Hip hop right now is kill, 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 sell, drug, kill. That's what hip hop is right now. So that's how niggas look at our culture. Shake ass, be a hoe, fuck this nigga, get his money, scam niggas. That's the culture. That's how I look at this shit. So now understanding that, right? If we said that's we understand there's like hundreds of you that want to live like that, but the majority of us are telling you that's not our culture. We're telling we're not saying you kings and queens and all that shit, but you're better than what you're doing right now. You don't have to live like this. This, to me, this is you choosing to be live like this. In that era back in the day when the niggas used to wear three pieces and all that shit, yeah, they was doing a lot, but it was a whole thing of gaining respect. So the culture was like, we earn the respect and we're establishing our fucking community out here. We're establishing something. Everything now that comes out of our shit, out of these young niggas, the majority of it is destroy, destroy, destroy. It's not build and create. It's destroy, capitalize, destroy.
But that comes from a place. The three ethnic groups you name have one thing in common.
I understand that.
They
I
were
understand that.
oppressed by
I
this
understand
country
that.
on
Yup.
purpose.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup. 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 True.
So
True. Go ahead.
yeah, because we do need to wrap this, but we moved far from where I wanted to respond to earlier. I think
Got nasty.
I think what you're saying, Corey, is on point for
Yep.
sure.
Sure.
I feel like when you start saying like this is not our culture, I agree with that. Like this doesn't have to be our culture, but if we're being real, it is our culture. We don't want it to be and it shouldn't be, but it is our culture. A lot of people, this culture is connected to black Americans, to African Americans.
Is slavery a part of our culture? I'm asking you.
100%.
It was.
100%.
Is it a part of? Is
It,
it a part of
it
our
is.
culture? Is it a
It
part of our
was.
history? I'm
It's
asking
part
you.
of
Is
our
our
history.
culture?
It's part of our history. Part of our
Yeah,
history. My
Right.
bad.
It's
It
not our
was.
culture. It's not our culture. I don't
It
think
was
anything
part of
that's detriment.
it was part of American culture.
Anything that's
Yeah.
detrimental to a human cannot be a part of your culture. I think it's a part of your. I can't accept that.
Okay. You can look at it like that, but where from you can stand in different places and view hip hop as detrimental or very, very beneficial. It just depends on where you stand at. Your specific point of view or your perspective in that time. Because the shit that some of the kids do, blah blah blah. But we've seen people who have blown up and been able to accomplish amazing things in their community from hip hop and from doing this.
And the
Now,
whites and Asians copy us using that thing.
For sure.
So, but going back to what you were saying about having the majority of people being able to tell these people this is not what you should do, this is how you should do it. At the end of the day, Corey, every single person can tell somebody this is the right way to do it. If they don't want that for themselves, it doesn't fucking matter. Until somebody wants something for themselves, or until the person that they feel like they need to take that advice from tells them, they're going to do what they're doing. So
that's
at
true.
the end of the day, and also at the end of the day, you can't grow. You can't grow unless you were lesser than. Not saying lesser than like people are peasants.
No, I know
like
what you
that.
mean.
But you can't grow unless there's something to grow from.
That's true. But there also shouldn't be the allowance and acceptance for fucking that we should.
But we all love hip hop, Corey.
You guys are saying hip hop. It's not. I'm not talking hip hop. I'm talking.
I thought that's what you was talking about. My bad.
I'm talking about black people.
I'm just talking about what is accepted by niggas on a regular basis, and they champion that shit.
Like what?
That is nothing to be killing niggas, sliding
like
on
everybody kills niggas. Every race kills niggas. Kills niggas, but every race kills them.
That's not the point. When niggas aren't, bro. How many fucking? The point that I'm saying is, it shouldn't be accepted. That's what we want to talk about, dance to. That's not something that we should celebrate.
So you are talking about hip hop.
You should no. When you say kill niggas, when you say everybody kills them, when you put in that perspective like that, that's when it comes from.
The community doesn't respect that. The community doesn't respect you killing people. Hip hop does. So if you're talking about us, when somebody in your neighborhood kills somebody, everybody outside of music is saying that's so sad. I feel bad. Everybody in the community is feeling the effects of that in real life. The only thing that glorifies it is
the actions that happen. They don't say rest in peace and all that shit till a nigga's dead. But while the shit's going, niggas be actively hype, wanting to see the shit. Niggas like it is what it is. Niggas was egging on the King Von activity. Niggas wanted that smoke, and then when the nigga died, it was rest in peace. It's like, oh my God, rest in peace. See you in heaven, all this other shit.
I hate when I rap or talk about guns and somebody dies and turn into guns.
He died like he was supposed to die.
My whole thing is just like Kendrick was saying on that heart shit with the one where he did all the faces. The culture that y'all niggas accept as the culture is wild. Like it shouldn't be accepted. That's just how I'm saying it. Like I understand it's a representation and that's what hip hop is for. It's a voice for voices that aren't heard type shit. But that's not something that we should all be mimicking to hope to continue. Like that. Listen, drill's been around for how fucking long now, bro? Come on, dog.
What you're saying is right, but you have to understand the balance. Number one, number two. If you give those kids in Southside Chicago the same fucking benefits that you give the kids in Bristol, Connecticut, it's going to be different. It's going to be different.
There's a lot of variables that changes this conversation.
If you allow me to go into Bristol, Connecticut and remove every single dad and put a liquor store in every single corner and put all the girls in there getting fucked and raped and nobody can do anything about it, the white kids in Bristol, Connecticut are going to look just like the kids on the south side of Chicago.
Fair enough.
That's it.
Fair enough. And that's the part of the argument that I hate. I hate that. But that's fair.
Because at the end of the day, that's what I'm going to say. That's what I was going to say as well. To the argument on that is at the end of the day, yes, we should do better as a community. But when you're in the environments that you're in, how can I tell this nigga? Yeah, some people will. You're selling drugs in the community. You're harming the community.
My daughter got to eat.
But to this nigga, he's feeding his fucking family, and that's the cards he was dealt. He can't go. That. He can't feed his family the same way if he go work at McDonald's. And I'm talking about over in those days because selling drugs.
Right.
If you're not kingpin status, you're not regular.
But real shit though, for niggas doing what they do, even for niggas working, it's the same fucking thing. It's literally the same thing. It's like I could go be doing this, but I'm doing this shit, and this is how I'm feeding my fucking family. I'm not getting bread like that. I'm getting paid every 2 weeks, which you make when you hit in a fucking 2 hour span. What you hit in 2 hours because you hot right now. Your shit is moving right now. Whatever you doing is working. You did that in 2 hours. I had to do 2 weeks of work for that. There's also the trade off for that. So I agree with that shit. That's why I hate the conversation because it's like the working nigga can say the same thing. Like I could be doing this shit too and coming up, but fuck, I gotta work this weak ass job so I stay out of this shit and still keep this roof and feed these kids and put this gas in my tank.
But
That's how I
that's the
look at it.
discipline. That's the discipline, and that's what makes you a great man because you understand that even though you got to wait this 2 weeks and the check might only be this, it's so much peace in that check. You don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't have to worry about being somewhere you ain't supposed to be. You don't have to worry about going to jail. You can go home to your beautiful family and wait for another 2 weeks, right? But to some niggas, not me, because I love you, but to some niggas, that's dying slowly, bro. Some niggas can't fathom not keeping 5, 10 bands on them every day, and they don't care how they get it because they
Nah,
came up
facts.
not eat. They came up not eating. So now that I know how to eat, bitch, I'm gonna eat every day until I'm not alive because I'm in survival mode. I, what we're lacking in our community with our women and our children is simply education. Because if you knew better, you do better. That's the realest shit I tell my kids all the time. Hey, if you see somebody, you got $10, give him $1. It's never gonna hurt you. But that dollar might change his life. And it might keep him from robbing your stupid ass. You never know. Bro, being the nigga, a product of the system after my mom died, foster care, motherfucking going to jail, group homes, camps, nigga. This shit is literally United States of America is literally designed to keep black people down. Like they have secret goals, meetings, and they call them laws and legislation. It's designed for us to never succeed. They got it. They did away with slavery. God is so good. But the oppression, that shit ain't going nowhere. But where you're right at, we have to. The only way to beat this shit is to stick together and bring each other up. That part I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. If if I can help any nigga eat, I'm gonna help him eat every single time. Every single time.
Motherfuckers say
I
these
try.
days.
I, I try my absolute best to never tell black people no. If I can do it, even if I don't like you, if I can do it, I try to do it. Because my nigga, I done been outside where nigga, listen, it's designed. That's why I be mad, but I don't be too mad because I understand that it's a guy somewhere who his whole plan for the day at work, his project was to keep you in the projects.
Yeah.
He don't they couldn't. Chris Rock got this old joke, and I don't want to do too much. I apologize, man. I love y'all. Chris Rock got this old joke. He said in his neighborhood when he first moved in there, three people that he knew lived in his neighborhood: Jay Z, Mary J. Blige, and it was a basketball player. It might have been like Canby or Spreewell, right? He said Jay Z's the best rapper in the maybe ever. Mary J. Blige was like the top R&B singer ever. At the time, Chris Rock is the top comedian in the world, right? And then it was the other guy was like an NBA All Star, like the top of his profession, the absolute top. He said, and then one of his neighbors was just a dentist. He said that fucking blew his mind that we have to live with where they live. We have to be the creme de la
That's
creme.
crazy.
And this nigga, he said, hey, he was just a dentist. We all taking our trash out at the same time. This nigga's drinking Coca-Cola. He was just a dentist. He just had a private practice of a dentist. That's the
It's real
Chris
shit.
Rock, Jay Z, a Knicks player, and then John the dentist just on the block. Cause niggas don't know about credit. Like, yo, you don't even need to make a lot of money. If your credit is great, you can live well, like really well,
Facts.
if you know how to manage your credit. But who's teaching credit? Your mom ain't teach credit. She got 3 kids. Your dad wasn't. It was fucked up. Your mom don't teach credit. She robbing Peter to pay Paul. Not because
Niggas
she's not
have
smart.
these.
Not because she's not. Not because she's not smart. Because she's trying to make a way. Because her, you know what I'm saying? People, it's information. It's just information. And once you give it to them at a young age, if like rest in peace. I think Nipsey's one of the greatest niggas ever because of his message. He did all the stupid shit. But once he got the information, was like, oh, I don't have to live like this. My kids don't have to live. He was trying his best to change that shit. Oh, they won't give y'all computers? Don't worry. I'm gonna buy this shopping center. The whole top floor of my buildings is a computer lab. Y'all come do all your homework. Now you don't need no money. Just be here every day. Your attendance is your payment. Because if you come every day and you get this knowledge, you're gonna go do great, and then you do your own thing. It's that kind of shit. What you saying is right. On the other side, nice pretty girl want to shake her ass. I'm not gonna tell her don't do it. I'm not gonna tell her. I'm okay with that.
This
I'm
is
Still
just
want
be
to drop
honest.
and throw some dollars.
this is a great conversation, and I appreciate this platform, because this is the places we'll take it after reacting to a video that we was reacting to. So that's fire. If I want y'all to let us know, man, how y'all feel about the conversation. If y'all feel like there needs to be a culture shift, maybe in hip hop, but just in the communities. Like if you feel like just in our communities as a whole, as African Americans, we need to have a culture shift, and just what our standards is higher, just raise our standards when it comes to our communities.